Hey y'all, welcome to the Lavender Book Company, and I am so excited to show you this children's book. So before we get into it and I share everything, please share and follow and like and all that kind of fun stuff. It really does help me out and I would so greatly appreciate it. Okay, so for anyone who's new to this whole scenario, before I jump into it, I have been working on a children's book for a year, basically. And some people would be wondering why it would take me this long to create a children's book. That's because I am a mom of 2 kids and I also work part-time. So I'm having to find time at night to work on this book. But we're now at the tail end. I am trying to figure out the printing for this. I'm going to be self-publishing it. I created my own company to not only house my books, but to also work with other small business creators as well. So I'm super excited about that. I cannot freaking wait. I cannot wait to finally set like an actual launch date, but there's other things that have to happen first. So with that being said, I have been working on this book for so long and I haven't shared the name of the book or the character or anything. But now that I've submitted the copyright for the book and we're so close to the tail end, I really wanted to show off what I've been working on thus far before I start the Kickstarter. So I will be doing a Kickstarter. I'm planning on doing it for 21 days. That will be coming up shortly. I do want to work on a video first for it. And then I'm going to be sharing it there. So all of the pictures that I'm showing you today and everything that I'm going to be sharing is just my illustration spreads. So obviously I don't have an actual sample of the book yet. I'm going to be ordering that very soon. And then I'll be able to show exactly what you would get if you want to order the book yourself. So with that being said, okay, these are kind of out of order. Hold on 1 second. This is like so surreal to even be like sharing this finally, but this is the adventure of Theodore James and the Great Horned Owl. I'm not gonna share everything because I do want people to still be surprised when they get the book and then they'll get the full story once you get it and read it to your kids and everything. But I will also put up a rendering of how the cover is going to look. I've been working on that. I've been formatting the book and everything. So with that, so this is Theodore. I'm like so freaking excited about this. So this is Theodore. He is a young woodland jumping mouse and he's a little bit of an underdog, but he has a great spirit about him and he loves to be adventurous. And so something about him is that he's wanting to learn how to jump as far as his dad and as well as his dad can. But he's lacking the self-confidence he needs to do it. So the journey for him is he gets sent on this adventure from his mom. And while he's on this adventure, he experiences a terrifying encounter. And it's through this encounter that he realizes where he needs to look the entire time for the confidence that he needs. And the overall message for your kids is you can do scary things, and it's through accomplishing those scary things that you actually build your confidence and you don't really have to look too far to find everything. So that's the synopsis of the book. That's probably as much as I want to share because I do want to keep some of it a surprise. But I will share, so this is his family. So this is like the family portrait. His mother, there's Mother James and then Father James and then there's little Theodore. So it's so cute. This is one that I did share on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I would jump over there because I am sharing stuff all the time, kind of daily, kind of some behind the scenes stuff and some fun things like that. So this is one that I have shared on Instagram, but you didn't see the entire thing. So here on Instagram, I only showed up till I showed like this portion. So here you can see Mother James and then Theodore. She's helping him put on his backpack. And then one fun thing too, to make sure to keep a lookout for in all the books that the Lavender Book Company will produce are Easter eggs. And no, I do not mean literal Easter eggs. My mom thought that. No, I mean Easter eggs that are nods to classic children's literature. So I will have tons of Easter eggs in here, but you have to keep a sharp eye. So for example, this one is one that I will give away. This one right here, the lavender, that is, not only an homage to the Lavender Book Company, but it's supposed to be for Peter Rabbit. So that one specifically. So there are some other fun ones in here. And so always keep an eye out for those and they will kind of just come in different ways and they'll just be in drawings in different areas and things like that. Or they will also be in the names of characters. So just kind of keep that all in mind, because the next book I'm wanting to come out, I'm going to be starting to work on. I kind of finished the manuscript. I need to tweak the last couple little things, but the name of that character is an Easter egg. So just keep an eye out for these kinds of things. It's just something fun to do. So one thing that I did want to show, just while I have all these out, is I wanted to show the power of illustration and the use of perspective and color to really help share the storyline. So what's cool about children's books and picture books is you're helping a child make connections between different emotions and experiences and how they feel. And sometimes giving a child a visual to an emotion can help them finally make those connections. Like, oh, that's what it feels like to be sad, or that's what it feels like to be lonely or mad. You know, so one thing I wanted to showcase, so this is a piece that I've shown all over my social media. It's one that I just used a ton. So you can see it with the colors here that, you know, it's really warm and inviting, and like with the glow of the lantern and everything, it's a warm, welcoming kind of feeling. But then later, after he has his terrifying encounter, he's very sad. He's very alone. He's very scared. He doesn't really know how he feels. So here, he's very, very small. So I did all of this on purpose. Everything that I've done, all the perspective, all of the colors and everything that I chose is all very purposeful. And so here I made it a little more drab and gray. And here he is, he's very, very tiny, and that's to represent how he's feeling. And I also left with just one leaf on the tree because he's feeling very, very alone. So that's the power of illustrations. And that's why I love when there's a really, not only a well-written picture book, but one that's really well illustrated, because art is just so, so powerful. Okay, so I will share just one more spread. There's a ton here. I think I probably have 15 or 16 spreads, but I will share just one more, one that I thought was really cute. And this is something that I really like to incorporate while I'm illustrating, is vignettes. And it just kind of helps shows the passage of time. So, and it's just something really cute visually to look at. So here he's practicing jumping over things. And so he gets stuck on top of a log, like a branch, and then he gets stuck on top of a rock. He can't clear it. And then he's going to try to jump a puddle, but you obviously won't know if he makes it or not until you get the book. So this is something I'm just so, so very excited. It's been a very long work in progress, and sometimes it's felt like a snail's pace because I'm having to do it in just these little chunks of time, you know, at night, after work, and after taking care of the kids, and after the gym, all this kind of stuff. So I'm just very grateful for all the support that I've gotten thus far. And it's been really touching. Every time that I've shared any of the art online, people have just been very enthusiastic and very excited to see it all. And it just means so, so much. And I'm also just very excited for this company and to see where it goes. I have big plans for it down the line. I have lots of ideas for it, but obviously I have to take one thing at a time. And if you have any other questions on kind of what the process has been like or anything, I did do a Q&A a couple videos back, so I would definitely check out that. But obviously, if you have any questions, like, just leave them down below. I am just so excited. I'm really hoping to, my hope is the soft estimated launch date would be the end of the year, like the very end of the year, or it could potentially be the very beginning of next year. So that's kind of the time frame I'm looking at. I still need to order a sample, and that takes a few weeks, but I want to make sure it's the quality I want and everything like that. I want it to be exactly what I want. I don't want to do all this work just to get like a cheap book made. That's not the goal at all. So I have to get that, and then I have to order the books, and then that can take like 2 weeks. And then once I have that, I have to do like product photos, and I also will be doing the Kickstarter in the meantime. And so there's a lot going on at the same time, but I'm very, very grateful for everyone's enthusiasm, and I cannot wait to get these books out to you. So one of the goals that I have for this company is not only to create well-written children's books for your family, and they're definitely going to have that classic feel, but they're designed for the modern child. Besides all of that, I want all the books to have themes and topics that spark conversations around things that kids are actually going through and they're actually experiencing in their life and what's pertinent to children. I think far too often nowadays we're seeing topics that are kind of going over kids' heads, and quite frankly, they're topics that I don't think children need to be introduced to yet. And children are already kind of faced with having to figure out who they are as people, and they're trying to figure out the world around them. And that's already a lot. And children's books are supposed to help kind of facilitate those conversations. Obviously, they don't take the place of a parent by any means, but they help facilitate these conversations with your child to help them figure out the world that they live in. I mean, it's a lot to have to figure out. So all the topics that I have for these children's books are going to be things like honesty and empathy, loss, confidence, feeling left out, dealing with a bully, all this kind of stuff. All these kinds of topics that children are actually dealing with on a day-to-day basis from their perspective. And hopefully it helps kind of facilitate some of those conversations with your child that will be very meaningful. So I'm very excited to share this process with you guys. I want to give more of a background on like what it's like to create these books, because I have found some really great videos of people who've kind of step by step have gone through, you know, how to self-publish, but I've had a hard time finding people who really kind of give the behind the scenes and like videos of what it's like to figure all this stuff out. So I want to be able to show what it is like to make, you know, a spread and then have to scan it and format it and do all those kind of things. So like, where do you go from here? You know, you've created an illustration, now what do you do? You know, so that's the kind of stuff I want to be showing you now that I'm at the very tail end of all of this. And I wanted to give a behind the scenes as well on what it's like to start a small business, especially right now. And because I'm the crazy person who not only decided to self-publish, which is a lot within itself, but I'm also the person who decided to start a company at the exact same time. So that's a lot going on at the same time, but I'm so very excited. And this is honestly something that I've wanted to do for a long time, is to own my own business, own my own thing. And I feel like it's just taken life to like get to this point. And I feel like I could do a whole nother video on this. But this is definitely not something I grew up wanting to do. I've kind of had many different passions in life, but I feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I feel like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And I would be so happy to just create children's books the rest of my life. I have so many ideas and I'm so excited for them. And I'm so excited to get them into your family, and so you guys can enjoy them too. And I really hope that I'm able to give you guys stories and characters that you guys can cherish for a very, very long time. So I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe and you'd kind of follow along on this journey with me, and feel free to follow me on my other platforms as well. I usually like to make you guys laugh. We usually laugh about, you know, the pitfalls of life and motherhood, and I give some behind the scenes on all this kind of fun stuff. So I will see you guys in the next video, and I'm just so excited. Bye.